all. Let us learn about dominance method. This is also one of the method to solve a game. So in game theory, we have two types of games. One is the pure strategy game and mixed strategy game. Dominance is actually a special method which can be applied for both pure strategy game, that means where we have a saddle point, and also to a mixed strategy game where we don't get a saddle point. So generally we start with a payoff matrix. We try to find the saddle point. If we have the saddle point, that gives us the solution. And in the second step, we check if we have a 2 cross 2 matrix. If it is 2 cross 2, then directly we solve using the odds method. And by chance, if we have a question or a payoff matrix where it is more than 2 cross 2, that means maybe the rows are more or the columns are more, then we apply the dominance method. That means to say we use the principle of dominance to actually cut down the matrix into 2 cross 2. That is, either the rows are cancelled or the columns are cancelled depending on the condition. So before even we start the dominance method, we have to know a definition called as principle of dominance. So the principle of dominance says that if you have a player whose strategy dominates the other player's strategy in all the conditions, if one player's strategy dominates the other player's strategy in all the conditions, then the second player's strategy can be ignored since it is not really going to affect the solution. So that is basic definition or the principle of dominance. So the dominance principle generally is applied in two ways. One is called as a row dominance. The other one is called as the column dominance. That means to say, if for example we have two rows with us, every element is compared with every other element respectively in the row. And if all the elements in the first row are highest or the biggest compared to the elements in the second row, that means to say the first row dominates the second row. So according to the row dominance, it says that the least row is being cancelled. The least row is cancelled. Okay. Similarly, we are supposed to do the same strategy even for the columns. Compare every element of first column with the second column. If all the elements which are in the position of the first row is first column is matching with the second column, if it can be equal or greater. So we have the first column to be having the highest numbers compared to the second column. That means to say we have a dominance here also. So the first column dominates the second column, but according to the column dominance, it says that the highest column gets cancelled. Right? So the rule of dominance generally says that if the strategy of one player is more compared to the other player in all the conditions, then we are going to ignore the second strategy. Same way, we generally calculate the dominance based on the row dominance and column dominance and then reduce the given payoff matrix into a 2 cross 2 matrix. So how do we do that? Is based on the row principle and the column principle. So in the row, if we have the highest element which is dominating the second element, so we cancel the least row. Similarly, compare any two columns. Every column is compared with every other column, of course. So you compare the columns, and if by chance you have a column which has the highest numbers compared to the other column, then the first column actually dominates the second, and rule of the column dominance says that the highest column gets cancelled. So in this way, we go on reducing the rows and columns so that we get back a 2 cross 2 matrix, and we try to apply the dominance principle to it. So it is in 2 cross 2. If we get a saddle point, that will be the solution. If not, we apply the odds method. Let us understand the dominance method with an example. Take the question. Solve the following game. That's all. They have not mentioned which method. So if they say dominance, obviously we will apply dominance. Otherwise also we go step by step. So look at the question first. We have player A and player B, and it is a 3 cross 3 matrix. So we just have to start the actual analysis. The first step being try to find out the saddle point. Correct. So try to find out the saddle point. So what is the rule of saddle point? Now you make the matrix back. So we have 5, 20, minus 10, 10, 6 and 2, 20, 15 and 18. According to the rule of saddle point, every row, whichever is minimum, we are supposed to circle it. You have to notice there is a minus here. So minus 10 becomes the least element in that particular row. In the second row, we can see 2 is the least. and in the third row we can see 15 is the least. Now according to the saddle point rule again, in the column find the highest number and give a rectangle to it. Now in this case the highest element is 20. Again in this highest element is, though we have a 3 cross 3 matrix with us, we never have a chance where the circle and the rectangle are coming to the same number. That means to say there is no saddle point. So the conclusion is there is no saddle point. Hence, it is a mixed strategy game. So it is a mixed strategy game, but make a note, dominance method can be applied for both pure and the mixed strategy game. So in this case, the first step fails. That means we check for the saddle point and the saddle point doesn't exist. That means to say it is a mixed strategy game. Okay, the second step that we have to check is check if the given matrix is 2 cross 2. If we have 2 cross 2, directly since it is mixed strategy game, we can actually apply the odds method. But clearly it is not a 2 cross 2 matrix, so directly we cannot apply the odds method. So what do we follow for this particular problem is called as the dominance method. According to the steps, saddle point is not there, it's a mixed strategy, 2 cross 2 cannot be applied, that is odds method cannot be applied. Now we start with the rule of dominance. The first step that we do is called as row dominance. So every row has to be compared with every other row. Now let us see the first row. We have 5 and 10. We can see that 10 is bigger. Similarly, go to the next step, 6 and 20. So now 10 was bigger than 5, but 6 is not bigger than 20. So the row dominance fails. Every element has to be satisfied. Now same thing. I take the first row, compare with the last row. So 20 is more than 5. It is satisfied. But 15 is not more than 20. So again it fails. So the first row is not matching with anything. Now we will compare with the second one. So consider the second row and the third row. Now we can clearly see that 20 is more than 10, 15 more than 6, 18 is more than 2. So I repeat back, 10 is smallest compared to 20, 6 is smallest compared to 15, 2 is smallest compared to 18. So according to the row dominance, now if we name them as A1, A2, A3, we can see that A3 dominates A2, right? So row A3 dominates A2. Hence, according to principle of row dominance, A2 is cancelled. Why we have chosen A2 to be, the row which is is cancelled? Because smallest row is cancelled. That is the actual row. I repeat back, we compared the second and third row. We see that 20 is more than 10, 15 is more than 6, 18 is more than 2. That means to say the third row is bigger compared to the second row. And according to the row dominance, the least row has to be cancelled. Now we can clearly see that A3 and A2 are compared. A3 is dominating A2, but rule of the row dominance says that the least row is being cancelled. So according to the row dominance, the middle row gets cancelled. After the row dominance, we can clearly see that no more row dominance happens. So I have written the reduced matrix here. Now after the row dominance, we try to do the column dominance. That means to say every column is compared with every other column for the dominance relationship. Now we can see the first column compared with the second column. 5 is not more than 20, but 20 is more than 15, or vice versa we can do. 20 is more than 5, so first condition is satisfied, but 15 is not more than 20, so there is no column dominance. Now same thing, the first column is compared with the third column. Here we can clearly see that 5 is more than minus 10. This is a negative number, make a note. So 5 is more than minus 10, so 5 is more bigger. Then 20 is more than 18. So we have first column and the last column getting compared. 5 is more than minus 10 and 20 is more than 18. That means to say that the first column dominates the third column. And according to the column dominance, when we have the highest numbers here and this is the lowest number, according to column dominance, the highest column gets cancelled. So clearly I compare and tell 5 is more than -10, 20 is more than 18. So B1 dominates B3, and according to the column dominance, the highest column gets cancelled. The lowest row and the highest column gets cancelled, and the resulting matrix is copied down. So according to this, the resulting matrix will be having A1 and A3 as the row, B2 and B3 as the column, and the elements that we get would be 20, -10, 15 and 18. So after the step of row dominance and column dominance, no more column dominance can happen here also. We can see that because 20 and -10, when we compare, 15 is not more than 18. Come back, -10 is not more than 20. So both the ways, there is no more column dominance here. There is no more row dominance. At last, we get back a 2 cross 2 matrix as the resulting matrix after the actual dominance law. Now what we do, we try to solve this 2 cross 2 matrix. First find the saddle point. If we get, fine. Otherwise, as usual, we follow the odds method. So the resulting 2 cross 2 matrix is here. Now again, as usual, since it is a reduced matrix, we try to check if we have any saddle point for the same question. So 15 and 18. Now according to saddle point, search for the least element, put a circle. Search for the least element, put a circle. Find the highest, put a rectangle. Find the highest, put a rectangle. Again, we can see that there is no circle and rectangle at the same place. That means there is no saddle point existing. So what we have to do is directly try to apply the odds method. So how do we start with the odds method? Name it as A1 and A2. This becomes B1, B2. We try to find the odds. The first row difference is the second next to the second row. Second row difference in front of the first row. First column difference below the second column. Second column difference below the first column. So we try to find the difference. And be careful in this question since you have a minus sign here. Whenever we are subtracting, we are considering it. But when we are writing the value outside, we are not really considering the sign of the element. Now the first value, 20 minus of -10 becomes 30. So write the difference here as 30. Now 15 minus 18, the difference is 3. Write it as 3. Now find the column. 20 minus 15 gives you 5. Write in the second column. Now -10 minus 18 becomes -28, but we don't consider the sign, we just write the element. I repeat, 20 minus of -10 becomes 30, 15 minus 18 is 3, 20 minus 15 is 5, -10 minus 18 becomes -28, but we don't consider the sign. Now, after we find the odds, we are supposed to, as usual, calculate the value of the game. That is V. So, how do we find V? V will be A1 into. So, directly I think you already know the formula. So, I would just directly write the value, or if you want you can repeat it. Is A1 into B1 minus B2 plus B1 into A1 minus A2 divided by B1 minus B2 plus A1 minus A2. So we can write here it is 20 into 3 plus 15 into 30 divided by 3 plus 30. So this gives us a total of 510 by 33. This is your V. And after finding the value of the game, as usual, we will find the strategies. Now we know it is a 2 cross 2 matrix. We have A1, A2, B1, B2, which we have considered here. And we are supposed to actually find the strategy for the game. So in this case, we apply the strategies using the formula that is previously known to you. And I would write the strategies directly for you. So after the value of the game, we find the strategies directly written because you already know it. I would just explain it. For player A, first strategy A1, that will be exactly this. So according to A1, it is 3 divided by sum of 30 plus 3. So that is 3 by 33 we have got here. Now A2 is 0. Since you remember in the given question, according to the dominance, the second row was cancelled already. So there is no strategy in the second place. Then comes the third one, that is 30 divided by 30 plus 3, that is 33. we have got. Similarly, for player B also we are supposed to find out, and you remember that according to the column dominance, the first column was cancelled, so B1 is 0. How do you find B2? That is the value of, this is actually B2 and B3. So it becomes 28 divided by the sum of these two, that is 28 plus 5, which is 33, and 5 divided by again sum of these two, that is 33. So this actually ends the dominance question. So I would give a recap to you. First, analyze the question, try to find the saddle point. No saddle point, it's a mixed strategy game. Then check if it is 2 cross 2. If it is so, you apply the odds method. If not, we do the dominance. Dominance is done using row dominance and column dominance. Find the highest row, compare. Now the least row is cancelled, and in column dominance the highest column is cancelled. After doing the row and the column cancellation how many ever possible, at last we might get a situation where we have a 2 cross 2 matrix. Again try to find a saddle point. If not, directly apply the odds method for solving the given problem. Thank you.